Hey, it's Hooch. This is the MPC Live 2. I recorded a set with this and posted on YouTube the other day, and I had a couple of comments from people asking for an overview video about how to create live sets using these things. This video works with the MPC 1 and the MPC Live as well. It's just a brief overview. It assumes some knowledge of these units. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, here's what it looks like.
And 2 and 3 and...
So the first thing and probably most important part to discuss is the structure, and that's what I had to rack my brains a little bit when I first bought the unit, but it sort of makes good sense to me now. I use a sequence for a track, so each sequence that I have here as I roll through, this one's 2 sequences for one track because there's a bit of a BPM change, but generally I'm making pretty simple tracks that I can perform live, and I move through my tracks by moving through a sequence. Each sequence has a different drum program assigned to it, and the drum program has drums and percussion down on the bottom, usually down on the bottom 4 pads, and then I'll have my melody chops up the top. I like putting a cymbal there for some reason. It works for me. Sort of like the feel of playing a normal drum kit, I guess. Transitions. I use the SP404 for transitions, but you can also use the MPC for that, of course. So you could either, if you filled up all of your 16 pads for any drum program, you could change your bank. You could also just leave one pad free if you wanted some sort of vocal sample to transition between tracks. So there's that option. The other option is you could just let a sample run and then change. Important thing to note is CPU. So I'm gonna just hit a bunch of pads. Let's check out CPU. So CPU is at 27%. When I get to the end of a set and I've hit all of my pads for 11 or 12 sequences, tracks in other words, I'm hitting like over 100% CPU. So if you double tap stop, it cuts it out, comes back to the start. So I guess all of the sample that you've engaged and all of the effects and things get chucked into the RAM, and that's using CPU. I mean, I'm not a massive computer guy, but I think that's what's happening. By hitting double tap, you cut all of that out and you sort of start afresh. So when you're playing a vocal sample or a transition or something, that's where it was handy to have it on an external device, because by hitting 2 taps on your stop, you'll cut out all of the audio from the MPC Live. Other thing to note is I pre-record stuff as well. So I can play my beat, for example. And that's pretty much it.
I admire a man with confidence.
I don't see no sweat in your brow neither, bro.